A message from the management. Eating and drinking while viewing these videos is not advised. Please be aware you do so at your own risk. Hi guys, welcome back to Exposed, and if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. I was just about to do the Palm Beach luxury haul, and the New York luxury haul bobbed up, so I'll do the New York one first, seeing as though it's recent, and then I'll go back and do the other one. Shall we jump in?
Hey guys, it's Lisa, and today I am going to tell you what I did, what I ate, what I wore, and what I bought on...
It was one day. One day. We don't need to know what you ate.
On our one day, not even 24-hour excursion to New York City. John and I went to New York last week to the Nordstrom anniversary sale, and I really went to meet Tara McNulty. She is head of the shopping program at YouTube, and I have had many meetings with her, over Zoom or Google Meet, and I haven't ever met her in person. So I thought it would just be a great way to go up there, meet her, and then I'll tell you later in the story we had something else planned that we didn't make. John has never been to New York. So it was quite the experience, and I am glad that we only stayed one day. He is not a fan. He's not a fan, and I really didn't think he would be. Brooke is not a fan of New York. You have to be a person that can go with the flow a little bit, and John's not.
Go with the flow? You think you go with the flow? You were the one freaking out because your daughter was tapping a eyeshadow brush. And you haven't blended your contour, love. Go with the flow. Look, you're the least go with the flow person I've ever met. Not that I met
Not a
you,
go with the flow.
know.
I am more of a go with the flow, even though I'm Virgo. I think what I do...
Oh, Brooke, for God's sake, why did you ever tell us she was Virgo? Why?
...is I adjust my expectations, and I'm not much on a bunch of scheduling, and John is. I don't regret going a bit. I mean, we had a really good time. Good.
I don't regret going a bit. Really, you had to say that. That in narc speak is I regret going with John. But of course no one will pick up on it.
Bonding, all of that stuff. But okay, so
I enjoyed bonding. You've been married how long? 25 years? And you're only just bonding with your husband? Uh-huh. Okay.
What I wore that day is what I'm wearing today. And it's this little dress that I showed you guys from Revolve. And I love it. I got so many compliments on this dress. I mean, people on the street, people in every place we went commented on this dress. It is just magnificent. Hey, Chanel. And then the shoes I wore are these little Valentino bow sandals, which honestly, these shoes, if you got the black ones and the nude ones, you will thank me. They are just so good. And so I wore these all around New York and was fine. So that's a good way to wear something that's not a sneaker, but still be comfortable. We took off, and John was wearing his new...
I'm bored already. Oh, we're going to have to hear what John ate and wore and did as well now, will we?
New Hokas that he got, and the bag I carried is my Prada. I can't remember what it's called. I don't even know if it has a true name, but it's the one that we got in Atlanta.
We got. No, you got. You got it, not us. I'm sorry for anyone who likes this, but I think it's a really fugly bag. It looks to me, right, like they've used up the last bit of leather or whatever it's made out of. It was like the end cut, and they didn't have enough for a full-size bag, so they just rolled it in half and made that.
This bag is just... check, get it. I mean, it's just so good. It fits so much stuff. I love the handles. They fit over your shoulder, but it's not a big bag. My whole theme, of course, was Sex and the City, like a Carrie type.
Of course it was. Because that's who you think you are. I'm going to New York to be Carrie for the day. And did she say the name right?
Your shoulder, but it's not a big bag. My whole theme, of course, was Sex and the City, like a Carrie.
It's not in, it's and
type outfit, and you know, that's what I think of when I go to New York. I told John, I said, one day I want to go on that tour, the Sex and the City tour. But I might have to make that date with a friend because I don't know if he'll go back. So anyway, we flew Delta. They do have a straight flight to New York, and it's only like an hour. So we left at, let's see, here's a picture of...
Wow. You can get to New York in an hour. That's amazing. Can't get across London in a fucking hour.
Of us at 6:37 a.m. on the plane. He wore his shirt that I got him from the Nordstrom sale. He likes that. And I just, everywhere I go, I use that J. Crew little cashmere wrap. I wore it every meal in Palm Beach because when it's very, very hot outside and humid, it's going to be very, very cold inside. And so, you know, when I'm wearing dresses like this, then I need like a wrap, and they really comes in handy on the plane too. So it's real easy.
I couldn't wear one of those dresses if you paid me. I watch women in them all the time. All the time they're fucking around, pulling them up, trying to cover their boobs and ass farting about with them. Just get a dress with fucking straps on. Really.
Easy. We actually we took no luggage. That was fun. That was a fun experience to go through the airport and not have any luggage, just to, you know, see how that feels. And John carried just a black backpack. So when we got off the plane, I just folded it up small and put it in his backpack. And then I wore this watch, which is my Tiffany Rolex. What is the name? It's the Oyster Perpetual. Okay. So we get out off of the plane.
Is it oyster? Not oyster. Diddly-doo. Can really see it there. Does she not? I know she wears contacts, so she wears a contact, so she's got bad eyesight. Wouldn't you think, right, that when she'd finished doing her makeup, that she'd get a magnifying mirror and check that she's done everything right, instead of leaving a big brown line either side of her nose?
And we felt like we got there early. We got there like at 8:15, but by the time we walked through the whole airport and got out to the transit area, it was about the time we were supposed to get there. And John had, in true John form, didn't want to just take an Uber or a taxi. See, that's what I'll do. I would just get out. I'll just go get a taxi. You know, I'm kind of just go with it. He's more planned. So he had planned for us to have a Mercedes pick us up and take us to Nordstrom.
Why can't you just say he arranged a car to pick us up and take us there? No, he'd arranged a Mercedes to pick us up and take us there.
That was the first little snafu because they weren't there, and he said that they told us they were going to track our flight, and we were only a little bit early. But so that was a minor thing. But then
if it's just a minor thing, why are you telling us? So you can throw John under the bus any chance you get. People that are here to stand up for Lisa and say, why do you do these videos? You're such a big meanie. Listen to what she's saying. Just listen.
He told us they were sending a Yukon Denali black had a picture of a driver and a license plate number. So we're standing there, you know, looking for them to get there. And then this young guy comes up to me, dressed nice in almost like a tux, definitely a suit. And he said, "Are you Lisa?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, you know, he was my ride. And I got to the car and I was looking, I was like, the license plate doesn't match. The car doesn't match.
Doesn't! For fuck's sake, Lisa.
And I told him, I showed him on the app that we had put on my phone, you're not this person, this isn't this car. And he said, yes, but I'm the driver. And he showed me his app and it had all of our information. So I felt confident that that was him. I didn't feel like he was going to kidnap John and I, but it was just one of those things.
Really? So, how else would he know your name? You're not fucking P. Diddy or Beyonce. How did he know, oh, that woman over there with the blonde hair and the old bloke's called Lisa? He didn't just pick the name out of the air and you can say, I was wearing a necklace. Well, he can't read that from behind, can he?
You know, when you're expecting XYZ and that's why you do it, then you expect it. So that, I think that was the first thing that kind of threw a little wrench in there for John. And then we took off going to Nordstrom. Now, I was invited to a breakfast at 8 o'clock and I had already emailed her and told her I was not going to be able to make that. There was not an earlier flight. And so then there was the event at Nordstrom and then it was open to the public at 10. So I told her we would be getting there before 10 and she gave me her cell number and said just to text her when I got there and she would let us in. So that's what we did, but it took quite a while to get from the airport to, you know, where this is because it's right.
Yeah, did you not think about that? The time it would take, and maybe even if the plane was delayed, and then getting through all the things you have to get through. I was going to say customs, but you don't have customs when you're flying from one city to another, do you? Anywho, then you've got to get from the airport to the shop. You don't think things through very much, do you? Oh no, I forgot. No, because you'll just go with the flow.
Right down there near Manhattan. We were on 57th and Broadway. So it took quite a while to get from the airport to there. And so we went in and started, I met her. Here's a picture of us together.
Use her name. I met her.
So I spoke with her for a little bit and then we just did some shopping. Now I knew that I didn't have any luggage, but I knew I didn't want to buy a bunch of stuff because I had already shopped so much when we were in Palm Beach and I had done another haul online. Matter of fact, I have 3 pair of jeans I want to try on today for you and show you. So I told myself, I said, well,
pairs, fuckwit.
We'll get whatever we can fit in John's backpack. And then, you know,
So I said, I don't need to shop, so I didn't buy anything. No. I just got what I could cram in John's backpack.
Can always have something in a bag if we need to, but I knew I wasn't going to buy just any random thing. But I was so just amazed at this Nordstrom. It was very nice. I know there were 2 levels, like underground levels, and then I think there were 5 levels. I know there was a 5th floor, but I don't know if it maybe started from, I don't know. I can't remember.
We don't care! It was a nice Nordstrom, several levels. Boom, done, move on.
But very pretty, all decorated for the sale.
Pretty.
I saw Dean Davidson's jewelry there, which was great because, you know, I've been with him from the beginning of his designs. Here's that Tissot watch that I was telling you about. Oh, I loved this bag from Staud. This little bag is the one that I have in the beaded zebra, and I've loved that bag. And then here are the boots that I got in the black, but here they are in the cream, and these are so pretty, so I wanted to show those to you. And then we just walked around, and oh, these Steve Madden shoes were so pretty. There was just a lot of good stuff there. So here you see John with his shirt and his backpack and his...
Here you see John with his shirt and his backpack. Why are you saying that? You don't even say, here's John and I, we know.
His jeans on, and they did have...
And he had jeans on. Oh, that's good. Did he take his... Has he got his packed lunch in his backpack?
A lot of good... Oh, okay, here are the Manolos.
See? I'm talking about John and... Oh, shiny thing! Fucking woman.
So Sex and the City, so nostalgic,
And...
so classic. But at that time, we had not been anywhere else. So I was thinking, I don't want to have those to carry around. Maybe we'll come...
I went back. Why did it not go back?
Loved this bag from Stod. This little bag is the one that I have in the beaded zebra, and I've loved that bag. And then here are the boots that I got in the black, but here they are in the cream, and these are so pretty, so I wanted to show those to you. And then we just walked around, and oh, these Steve Madden shoes were so pretty. There was just a lot of good stuff there. So here you see John with his shirt and his backpack and his jeans on, and they did have a lot of good... Oh, okay, here are the Manolos.
No, we see? She's off.
I would have gotten a pair. I was looking at these and I was thinking, I want a pair of those. They were so Sex and the City, so nostalgic, so classic. But at that time, we had not been anywhere else. So I was thinking, I don't want to have those to carry around. Maybe we'll come back here, which you don't say that to yourself when you know you're spending a day in a place. So I still might get a pair of these. I don't know if I think I want the mules, but I just love those. And oh, look at these Dolce & Gabbanas. Okay, this girl, I took a picture of her. She worked...
Why? Did you ask her first?
There. You know, when I'm out of town, I get so inspired by other people and their outfits. And I
want to copy people. You don't get inspired. You copy people. Fucking woman's insane.
Will take a picture and I will recreate it. So this outfit...
Yes, recreate it. Copy. That's not inspiring. If I saw you in that dress and you inspired me, I'd go and get a strapless dress. I wouldn't hunt down the exact dress you had on and the exact shoes you had on and copy your outfit exactly. That's called copying.
I will recreate. I looked at her later and actually talked to her, and they had a great...
Oh, I looked at her later. Really? That was big of you. Talking to the paid help.
Great, like, clearance rack up there, but I didn't see anything I had to have, but it was interesting. I loved how it was broken up by brand or designer, and then you would just look in that designer and see if there was anything in your size. So I looked at the Diane von Furstenberg because ever since, you know, I've always loved like the wrap dresses and everything, but I just watched that documentary. And so I'm feeling kind of inspired. I didn't see anything I wanted, but her jacket was actually like a cropped bomber that she was wearing as a top with a pair of trousers and really cool sneakers. We're going to recreate that.
Oh, are we? I can't wait. Can't wait for you to copy some poor worker from Nordstrom's outfit.
Okay, this was a diesel bag that
Of course you'd want that, wouldn't you, with lips on?
Wish I would have gotten because I just think it's so quirky and cool. I might look that up. But, you know, at this point, I was just holding back, and we had just gotten there, and I knew that we would go to Chanel. And okay, then I spotted this bench that was leopard, and I loved it. I love this bench. I wish I could get it for my bedroom. It was so pretty. It was right...
I want it for my bedroom, and they won't sell it to me.
By the Veronica Beard. So John took lots of pictures of me here, and you'll see my bag, see my shoes, and then we left. And so I wanted to go to like Manhattan and Fifth Avenue and go to like all the stores. And then we knew we would stop somewhere and eat lunch. I really wanted to stop at that's what I love about New York, is how many just places there are. And I did notice there's more places and more like food carts and things like that when you go to like Soho or Greenwich Village or places like that. I think that's really my favorite area. But so we weren't really passing any great places. And then we got to where we were going. We were using like the Waze map. And the first place we went was, we took this picture here. So New York with the cones and all of the, there's.
You had to stop and have your photo taken at roadworks, really? Why? And you want to be a life coach. Is anybody else seeing what I'm seeing or hearing what I'm hearing? Apart from the ladies here, I know you are. How can people watch this and go, oh, Lisa, you're so inspiring. You're so brave going to New York and in all your finery and standing there by a fucking traffic cone. Really?
There's always like scaffolding everywhere. I will say, you guys, there was no trash. It was probably the cleanest I have ever seen, experienced, and smelled New York City. It was beautiful. And I heard that they did away with everyone putting their trash out by the street. You know, there was always like trash bags everywhere and just trash and it stunk. Well, I heard they got to get trash cans. So I think that made a huge difference. Now this day...
Oh, well done, New York, for getting bins. She's not looking down her very long nose at you at all.
I wish it would tell on here the temperature. It was hot, hot, hot. I've never been to New York when it's hot. I've always been in either... The first time I went, it was February, and it literally had snow. And then the other two times I've been, once was more, I think, maybe in September. When I went with the Barbie event, it wasn't this hot. I'm not sure what month that was. And then I went in the fall for Fashion Week, 1 week or 1 year. So it was very hot. I could feel the sun like on my scalp, like on my part. And because I always wear a...
How much more of this shite have we got? Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Hat, so I don't have a lot of sun like on my part, so it was like searing down on my head, and it was just very, very hot. But you know, that's part of it. Here is in front of this cool sign with all the money, and then
doesn't that just sum her up? Oh, quick, John, take a photo of me in front of all the money. This'll be us, John, when we con everyone with my fucking life coach fucking bollocks.
Then I think the first place we went was Chanel. When we walked in, it was one of those vibes. I know you've seen like Bethany Frankel, where they won't let people in Chanel sometimes. And it wasn't like that, but it was the doorman, which they always have a doorman security at these places. But he let us in, and then they stopped us. And they asked like what we were interested in seeing, and then they put us on a wait list, and we couldn't go upstairs. We had to just stay downstairs, and a customer service person, I guess what do you call them, a sales associate, will come down and get you.
Oh, what do you call them people that serve you? God, she's irritating.
Because they weren't in Chanel sometimes, and it wasn't like that, but it was the doorman, which they always have a doorman security at these places. But he let us in, and then they stopped us, and they asked like what we were interested in seeing, and then they put us on a wait list, and we couldn't go upstairs. We had to just stay downstairs, and a customer service person, I guess what do you call them, a sales associate, will come down and get you. So we had Bonita, and she came down.
I thought she was going to say, and we had bananas. I'm not in the right mood for doing Lisa today, am I?
Down and got us. And I asked her the same question I always do. You know, what color flat bags do you have? what do you have that's like really different? I always tell them I have that camera bag that I love so much. And they at one time had made like a guitar. She said one time they made a little bus, and then I asked her what color backpacks they had.
And Benita knew straight away that you had no interest in Chanel as a range. You were just buying it for the name of it, and you had no idea what they made, how many of what they made, what they were called, what colours were. Do you know what I mean? There's people out there that plan a Chanel purchase and plan a Gucci purchase, and they know the names of the things and how many times they've been produced and all the rest of it. She just, I want something stupid that costs a lot of money.
And then I looked at their earrings, didn't see any earrings I wanted, and the only thing I saw
I wanted. Not I liked, I was interested in, I wanted. There we go, usual pose.
Was a ring that I had tried on in Palm Beach. And I'm not going to tell you or show you what it is yet because I don't want to jinx myself, because we're still looking for my size. And so I didn't end up getting it, but it was fine.
But it was fine. No, it wasn't. If you have to say, but it was fine, we all know it wasn't. In your head, they should have had your size ready, and they should have known what you wanted, and they should have waited on you, sat you in a corner and brought things to you like you're a queen.
I mean, I wasn't heartbroken. I was just kind of looking. Then they told us to go to this restaurant on 57th Street. I cannot remember the name of it, but it was a nice restaurant. Here's my bag sitting. And this was kind of like a little moment for John too, because we had an appointment to go to a cosmetics company in New York to talk to them about possibly starting some makeup products for me. I want to create some different products. I don't want them to be, they're going to be special. They're going to be things that have been discontinued, things that I would look for that's not available at this time. So we had an appointment with them, and John had made that appointment, and when he started calculating how long it was going to be for us to get an Uber or a taxi from where we were to where they were, it was a lot. It was a lot longer than he thought. So
maybe that's why you plan things out before you fucking get there. And you go for longer than 24 hours, but you weren't even there 24 hours, were you? You go for a weekend, and you have one day where you have fucking appointments, and then one day where you do whatever the fuck you want. Strolling around Nordstrom looking at shite. Had you not spent all that time strolling around Nordstrom's, you could have had time to go to the meeting. What's more important to you, shopping or making something that you can sell and making a name for yourself and having a proper career? We all know the answer to that one, don't we?
A person like John that has this set plan, when something like that happens, you almost see them like screws popping out, smoke coming out of their ears. I mean, they just like break down. They can't handle it. So he called and told them.
Way to go, throwing John under the bus yet again.
First he called to see if we could come on like right then, and of course the woman that we needed to talk to wasn't there. She didn't call us back. Then we both got burgers with cheese and bacon and a fried egg. And
are you going to finish the story about what happened to the people at the cosmetics company?
Mine was raw. Like, I can eat a medium rare pink, very, very pink burger. But I'm telling you, this burger, and I don't think it would even hurt you if you did eat raw burger, but that's not what I wanted. I had not eaten all day. That's not what I wanted.
That's not what I wanted. Can you see now, people? This is Lisa, the whiny little brat. All you have to say is, can you shove that under the grill for a couple of minutes more? Make sure it's dead before you bring it out next time. No, you'll just sit there and fume.
So I had asked for it medium. And so the next, they came, they saw it, they took it away. They brought me back another one, and it was the same way. So I just ate around the edges, the most done, ate the bacon, and we got out of there. So it was kind of like not the best lunch experience, but that's okay. Then
But that's okay. No, it's not, is it?
And walked down to, okay, here is a lady that I saw standing outside.
We came out and walked down to, oh, here's somebody that I want to copy.
Of YSL. And she is just living her life, smoking a cigarette. Love it. I don't smoke, don't want to smoke, but I don't know.
Why are you making a point about her smoking then? If you don't smoke, you don't want to smoke, and you don't care what other people do, you're just a kind of go with the flow person. You're not going with the flow much, are you?
There's just something about somebody doing what they want to do. And she's got on these.
Lots of people fucking smoke. Oh, there's just something about somebody doing what they want to do. What, living her life? Which is none of your fucking business. Oh!
Wide leg jeans with a simple white tee.
You couldn't put that fucking outfit together. Oh, Jesus, help me. Please. I can't. This is going to be a life coach. What the
It's got something on it. I love, and this is not like me, but I love that the sleeves are not cut. She's got it neatly tucked in with a belt and black sandals. I just thought that was a cool look. A cool, everyday look that I want to recreate.
A cool, everyday look that I want to recreate. So you're telling me, in all these years of being a fashionista, you've never put a t-shirt with jeans and black sandals? Oh, life coach. Really?
Then we went to, Gucci. So that was our next stop, because I would say, okay, we'd already been to Louis Vuitton. I don't think I took any pictures, but we kind of cruised through Louis Vuitton. The only thing I saw in there that I really liked was the same bag that I got in Atlanta in gold, but they had it in lavender, and it was beautiful. But it wasn't worth it to me. So then we go in Gucci. The first bag I tried,
it wasn't worth it to me. What does that mean?
is this one that's got crystals just all over it, but it immediately canceled itself out with me, because when I took it to go over and look in the mirror, it grabbed my dress. So I was like,
Of course it's going to, if it's covered in frigging crystals, you loon. And it's a special occasion bag. It's not for going to McDonald's.
I cannot stand something that picks my clothes and grabs my hair. Like I think I had a jean jacket that had stars on it that I got from like Free People or something. When I wore that jacket, every time it like grabbed my hair in the bag and pulled it. Or I've had Chanel sunglasses that every time I put them on, the side would grab a piece of my hair and then pull it out. Oh my God, that will make you want to slap somebody. So I'm very, very...
Really? Really?
Very conscious of that. So though it was beautiful, it was not worth, and they go into the details. Both of these pieces were created separately, all this stuff, and I'm thinking, I don't care if it took 100 years to make and was made by 10 people with diamonds found all over the world. I am not going to carry something that picks my clothes and all that stuff. So I think
I don't need to say anything. She's just highlighting what an absolute twat she is all by herself.
Honestly, I think it was over $20,000. So needless to say, I put that back. This tote, okay, I said the same thing to the girl that I always do. I like unique bags. I've pretty much got a great bag collection going on, which you guys let me know if you want me to do start doing some bag collection videos. I want to start doing that, just like my whole Louis Vuitton, my whole Chanel. Those videos, a lot of people really like those videos.
Oh, I'll get lots of views from those videos. They're really popular. That's why I want to do it. Yeah, but the thing is, most people that watch those videos want the kind of information about the bags that you won't have. You won't be able to tell them anything about it. Oh, I got this in, a trip. Oh, I don't know. I'll put it down below. People like to know things.
And I just thought it might be fun now that I feel like I always said I didn't have a bag collection, but I think I'm getting one. This Gucci, it was so good. It was so good. John was sitting there and I asked him how he liked it and he said it's too big. And it was too big, but I just love it so much. So if you need a bag this size, it was phenomenal. Then we came to this one. This is the Little Diana Mini, black with, I think it was like sparkles. Oh my gosh, with the bamboo handles. This might still be in my future someday. And the chain on this bag was gorgeous. It had like the little GGs. And honestly, this stayed on my mind until we got the bag I ended up getting. Spoiler alert, I did get one bag. And
only one?
Really loved it. Okay, this was neat. They were building is this a Prada? They were building some store here, and I just thought that was so pretty. So I took a picture of it. Okay, so then we went back to Chanel. Bonita was not there. We wanted to try on the ring that I want again, and we can't figure out if they sold the ring that I tried on, or did I not try? I've tried it on so many times now at a couple of different places that we couldn't figure out if I was trying it on a different finger, and so I didn't end up getting it. And I will say I was pretty bummed. We went back to Bergdorf. We had already been there once, but I went back again because you can go to Bergdorf and that can be the only place you go to. They have so many good things. So the highlight was I
wonder what the highlight was for John.
To the little Dior section in Bergdorf, and I met one of my subscribers and my mom. That always just makes my day so much.
You met your mom?
She just said, "Hey, Lisa." I loved it. And I was like, "Hey." And so she met John, I met her mom, and look at this drawer of Lady Dior's. I think this is the prettiest. I might even make this a screensaver. I love that chartreuse yellow one there. I have almost bought this bag 3 times now. In Miami, in Dallas, the first time I saw it, and again this time. I love the matte black Lady Dior. And I think the mini is going to be too small for me, so I like the small. But I told her, I said, I really want something very, very Sex in the City. And I had messaged Brooke, and we decided either a Gucci bag or a Fendi would be the most Sex in the City. So I said,
and God, how many times have you watched that program and referenced it and you don't know what it's called?
Take me back over to Fendi and let's see if they have anything that's really, really unique and Sex in the City. So I ended up getting, that has a Chanel flower on the back. I ended up getting this, and I love it. I love it. It's very unique. She showed me this one, and then she showed me the other one that's in the dark blue, and then she showed me a really pretty, she went downstairs to look in their stock to see if they had anything else that was really, really unique, and nothing compared to this. Isn't this beautiful? So it is a Fendi baguette with the sequins, and my first instinct when she brought it out to me, and I need to take it's got a sticker, the decal on right here. My first instinct was, I don't wear a lot of brown. You know what I mean? But when I tried it on, let me try it on for you, because this was a dress I was wearing.
Oh. Sorry, I've got the Olympics on. It's the equestrian thing, and the horse has just said, "Nope, I ain't jumping that. I don't care what you do." Someone fell over earlier. Poor thing jumped over, and his front legs just buckled under him, and he threw the rider. But they're all okay apparently, so that's good. Can someone please explain to me why you have to shoot a horse when it breaks its leg? Can you not fix a horse's leg and leave it out to pasture? Why does it have to die? I don't understand. I mean, it could be that you can't fix a horse's leg, I don't know. But it just seems really mean. Like if they have a bad fall at a horse race or something, they're shot. Why? Oh, that's cool. They've got this big bridge over a lake. Or it's a load of water anyway, and the horses are going down it like a little runway. Anywho, back to her. What was I going to say? Yeah, you're not wearing it, Lisa. You're carrying it. Do you know what would annoy me about that bag? Is what she was fiddling with. Them sequins or whatever at the front that aren't laying flat. I'd have to sit there. Fuck about with them.
Let me try it on for you, because this was a dress I was wearing. Every time I tried another bag like this, it just did not pop like this one does. This one just, I love it. So you have your handle that you can use it this way, or there is a strap inside like this. And I'm gonna go ahead and take that out, because typically what I do is on my other one that is just the regular Fendi print, I typically keep both on there. But you know, with this one, I'm going to have to wait and see what I wear it with, because you can wear it crossbody. Fabulous bag. Matter of fact, the last time I was in New York with the Barbie Zara event, that is when I bought my last Fendi. That is the baguette in the regular, their classic Fendi print. So it worked out great. I just love it. Look how the sequins are like different sizes, different shapes. I love that it has the silver and the gold, and I liked the gold hardware. On the blue one, which was like a dark blue and black, which I do also love that combination, the hardware was silver, which is not as much my vibe. So this is the one I got.
Doesn't look as expensive as what she wanted to say.
And I will have to say, you know, now that John is traveling with me more and shopping with me more, he's a good shopper, because he likes that I am who I am. He loves me like I am. So he's not trying to get me to not buy anything like you may think, you know, husbands are. But he is good at saying, he's good at keeping me grounded. Like that other bag at Gucci that was too big. He told me that was too big, and it was. But I was, you know, I had already just fallen in love with that bag because it was just so pretty. Now the black one, he really liked. He really did like that little black mini Diana, and I could have gone back and gotten that, but I just wanted one good thing, because I've already gotten so much good lately. I wanted one good thing for our first trip to New York, and so that's what I got. And she asked him, I said, I think he needs a bourbon. And she said, I can go get you one. And he said, no. And she brought me some water, and it was in one of those
water
cartons. I was just like sucking it down. And he said, you must be really thirsty to be drinking that water. I said, yeah, especially out of a carton. I don't know why, but water out of a carton kind of kooks me out. They had the same thing when we went to the O Spa in Palm Beach. Their water was in a carton. And I don't know why that kooks me out. I've drank milk out of a carton so many times in my life. But when I'm shopping, I get so thirsty when I'm traveling. And of course I drink Diet Coke most everywhere I go, but usually if they offer me a water, I do take it. They offered him a champagne in Chanel, but he said last time he drank that champagne and the other Chanel, it went to his head. So that was about it. He asked the girl at Bergdorf at Fendi, and we looked for that Chanel ring there too. So that was the last thing we did. And so he asked her, at this time it was 4:18 right now. Okay, and he said, we want to go get something to eat, and then we're going to the airport. How much time do you think it'll take? And she said, what airport? And we said, LaGuardia. She says, oh, I don't know if you'll have time to eat. And so, of course, more screws busting out, steam coming out, you know. He was like, oh my gosh. So at that point, it was...
Really? That's how you talk about your husband? But I want to eat something, John.
Was over. We just went out. Luckily, there were taxis most everywhere. And John said, I literally just made eye contact with him and he pulled over. So we got a nice taxi driver. We went back to the airport.
Oh, thank God it was a nice one.
And I already had in my head, I wanted some New York pizza. I was just going to eat the top of it. And I really, really wanted to bring my parents back New York bagels. Every time I go to New York, I try to bring them back some bagels. I could not believe that no one in that airport, or maybe it was just the concourse or whatever it is that
No, you buy bagels from a fucking bakery in New York. Whatever you would have got them in the airport probably wouldn't have been a proper New York bagel anyway. I want it. That's all I've heard this entire video.
we were on, there was not one place selling New York bagels. And I did not see one place on the street selling New York bagels. So that really was a bummer. When we got to the airport, we were early. Let's see what time it was. Our flight, let's see, here's John. I'm walking behind him at 6:21. I think our flight was supposed to take off at 8:30, boarding at 8:30. Well, of course, as soon as we get to the airport, they send us a thing saying our flight was delayed. There was storms, and so they were having to reroute planes coming to LaGuardia. And I was like, gosh, that's weird. Usually that's something that you get when you're flying American, not Delta. Usually they don't delay your flights. So we went ahead.
If there's a storm, that's why they delay. What do you think? One airline is different to another one? Oh, Delta, they'll just drive through a tornado. They don't care. Or fly, rather.
Ahead and went to a sit-down restaurant. I got a filet. Did I even take a picture? I don't think I did.
Oh, I never took a picture of my din-dins. Darn it. It'll ruin the vibe.
I think at this time we were so spent. So I got a filet. I think he got salmon. And then I didn't have any sides or anything. And then we had noticed a place down by our flight that had pizza. So we got 3 big slices of pizza, and we're a good tag team because I eat the top and then he eats the crust. I think I only ate the top of 2 of them. And then our flight got delayed again. Then they changed our gate. Then we got on the plane and then we had to get off because there was something on the plane that needed to be fixed. So then we're all having to check out on the way off. Then we have to wait again. Then we have to go to a different gate. And then by the time we got on the flight, we were supposed to get back in Wilmington about 11:30. I think we got back in town about 1 a.m. And, we had just left his truck there. And then we live a good...
Oh, we just left his truck there. Yeah, wouldn't leave your Tesla there, though, would you?
30 minutes from the airport. But we were glad to get home. We even watched an episode of Frasier. We were glad to get home, and we had a great time. Now, will he go...
You had a great time.
Go to New York again? I don't know. I would never, want him to if he didn't. I wouldn't doubt if he wants a do-over and maybe go to a different part of New York. And
maybe stay there for a bit longer than half a fucking day, following you around in shops. Do you think? Maybe, possibly.
If I get invited to something again, he would probably want to go with me. But at no time did we feel unsafe. I will say
At no time did we feel unsafe. How rude. Didn't you used to take the piss out of people who hold their bags tight so that they don't get robbed?
Thing that was nerve-wracking to him, a couple of things. One, he can't just walk and go to the stores that he comes across. He has to have that direction. So he had to look up, where is the Chanel store? Where is the Gucci store? And then he was trying to follow like that Waze or I don't know which one he was using, if he was using Google Maps or Waze app. But you know, when you're walking to those maps and you're in between those tall buildings, it lags. And so we would have to sometimes kind of turn around and go back. So that was not the best for him and his personality. And then crossing all of those streets, and no one was like really, really rude, but it's not like it is here in North Carolina where everyone, you know, we're used to like walking, people make eye contact, they smile, you say hey to people that you don't even know. No one's in that big of a hurry. We're not even used to crossing big, busy streets.
Oh, you were scared crossing the road. And you want to be a life coach.
Just the bikes, you know, just like zooming past us. And if we'd have made one wrong step, they would have run us over. The horns honking the whole time. We're not used to that. One time we got behind this lady in a scooter with a great big umbrella to keep the sun off of her, and we could not get around her, but yet people were like running us over and she was having to stop a bunch. So the typical New York experience, which I am used to, so I enjoy it.
No, you're not. Fuck off. I'm used to New York. What's the word you use when you... I'm travelled. No, been there a few times. You're not used to it.
But I think...
Wouldn't you love to see her live there full time?
It was just a lot for his first experience. I think that he may have enjoyed, you know...
Stop talking about him like he's a fucking toddler.
He says even if we'd have stayed overnight and we could have shortened that day, but honestly, I did not regret coming back that night because, you know, you feed off of each other's energy, and I had to dig deep. I'm talking deep, deep into my feminine energy that day. I had to really be the one to keep the flow and to keep the positivity and to keep the just good vibes, good energy going. And by the end of the day, I was exhausted. So I was so thankful we didn't have luggage to check in. I was so thankful we didn't have to go through a bunch of hotel checking in, checking out, getting an Uber the next day, all of that kind of stuff. To me, it was perfect for our first trip. So that was it.
Oops. Sorry. Gosh, she irritates the ever-loving fuck out of me.
Hey guys, it's Lisa, and today, just like zooming past us, and if we'd have made one... I was exhausted. So I was so thankful we didn't have luggage to check in. I was so thankful we didn't have to go through a bunch of... NYC. I will definitely go back. Definitely. I love it. I just love it. So thank you guys for being here. I hope you found this fun, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Oh, I'll definitely go back. It's amazing. Yeah, because there's so many shops there. We got to the end. Hoorah. And if you got to the end with me, thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next one.